Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is For Women Wednesday. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by my co-host, K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And welcome to another Women Wednesday. Okay, fellas, as y'all know, there are a few things that we as men, we look for in a wife. Now, in y'all opinion, I want y'all to give me one thing that a man would be looking for in a wife, starting with you, Slash.
Respect.
UK Money?
I'm sorry, say that again.
One thing that you would be looking for in a wife. She got a big booty.
He weighing out his options right
Just
now,
one thing, man. Give me one thing.
Respect.
Okay, you piggyback off Slash. Okay, what would you be looking for?
I wouldn't say respect, but I would say something different. I'll say
Okay.
we got to be able to compromise. She's got to compromise.
Okay, compromise. All righty. Now, okay, with that being said, we've all heard of the term or phrase, equally yoked. Mm-hmm. Now,
Yes, sir.
what I want to do is I want to share the meaning of equally yoked. And that is being joined with the same in faith, value, and goals. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, how much do we really factor in a person's religious belief when we're vetting them to be in a relationship? So, bottom line is, when we see that woman, wherever we at and we see her, oh, she bad.
We don't know if she Catholic, Buddhist.
Yeah.
How much do we even factor that in?
No, I think that only comes after the fact. We feel like, okay, there's somebody that I might be interested in. And I think throughout the conversation and the time that y'all spend is when you begin to learn if she's religious or what her religious thoughts or her religious background. Most of the time a woman will tell you, you get it through general conversation, and it's just little small things like she might say, man, I thank God that such and such happened, or I thank God that I'm able to do this. I think we all do it, in a sense, if you're a religious person. Mm-hmm. But Freddie G, again, I don't think we look for religious in the beginning. I think we just look for whatever that is that turns us on, whether it's eye candy, and then that opens up the gate to find out more. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't look for the religious.
Right.
I haven't.
Right. Okay. For me, this Comedian 96, of course. Honest, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even look for religion. I didn't start asking about religion probably until I turned about the age 40. Wasn't it I just figured when we get together, we would come together and be the same thing. That was my thought process. But if someone's really, really into their religion or whatever, they're not going to make the change. And I didn't think about that not until I got older, right? Mm-hmm. But before 40 was never one of the top questions. It's like maybe it's a question, but it wasn't one of the top questions. To where now it is one of the top questions. And as far as being equally yoked, not just faithfully, not just on faith. There's other things too as well.
Yeah, faith,
values,
and goals.
Goals.
Okay, so now with that being said, when I asked y'all earlier, right, I said, give me one thing that's important. And Slash and K Money, the first thing that came to your mind was respect. Mm-hmm. That she has to respect you. So that weighs high. That tells me that weighs high.
Oh, yeah.
And Comedian 96, you said compromise. That tells me that weighs high. Mm-hmm. So how should we rank religious belief. And I'm going to tell you why I asked that. Because we're quick to pull out the Bible when we want to make a point about a woman, what a woman should be doing, and what a man should be doing, and what a woman was put on this earth to be. We're quick to pull out the Bible to make our arguments. Well, if that's the case, my thoughts would be, well, her religious belief should rank above everything. That should come first.
It should.
Because what if she could cook good? What if she looks good? What if she respects you? What if she compromises with you? What if she cleans good? What if she's your helpmate? But what if she's atheist?
She worshiped the devil.
No, she doesn't believe.
She don't believe in
God.
Yeah.
What if she's atheist? Does that change the outlook on you selecting her as a wife?
It does for me.
For me,
Yeah.
It does. It does for me. And it's sad that we don't put the religions or the religious above the rest of the stuff. We really should. Because I think in order to get all of that, what you want and you believe a woman should be for you, I think it's going to take some religious belief in order for that to happen. Because equally yoked, again, Freddie G, you gave us a definition of it. But I want to go a little further into that and say that being equally yoked in a relationship means that she can see or she can fill in the gap where you can't fill that gap in, and vice versa. I think that's what equally yoked means, that when I'm slacking somewhere, she got that part. When she's slacking somewhere, I got that part, you know?
So that will fall, and I get you. So that will fall under the goals, in my opinion. Let me explain what I mean by that. So being equally yoked, being joined with the same faith, values, and goals. So if we got a common goal as a couple, and we're saying that, hey, we want to purchase a home, just to make a point. We want to purchase this home. And we know that together we make X amount of dollars to purchase this home. Well, the goal is to purchase the home, but now I lose a job and I lose my job. I get another job, but I don't make as much money as I used to make. That doesn't change the goal.
No.
She just puts in more money to reach the goal.
You would hope that she...
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Right.
So that's an example that I would give to your statement, Slash, when you said help you when you're lacking here,
right,
or help her when she's lacking there. I just use that, on a monetary value. Right. But you guys are striking for the same common goal. But K Money, you said that if she was respectful, compromised, cook good, look good, sex is awesome, she's your helpmate, she doesn't disrespect you, she's doing everything that you would want from a wife, but she's atheist.
Yeah.
You said that would change for you.
Yeah.
Speak to it.
Well, I said respect is one thing that I look for, but God-fearing, I would have to put at the top of the list. I think without God, the relationship would not progress, or you won't grow together, especially if, one of us believe in God and the other one doesn't. Yeah. There's a disconnect right there.
Yeah, it's going look, we might have an awesome life, but our afterlife, we need to get there together too. So that's a big problem. We both got to believe in Christ. If we don't,
and see again, I and this is just my view on this. When you meet somebody, the stuff that you need to know comes through conversation.
Right.
And the only way, if it's something that you don't know, you got to ask questions. If you wait too long before you find out after 6 months that she's an atheist, that's your fault.
That's your
I agree
fault
with
at
that.
point.
I mean,
Yeah,
in conversation, I mean, religion should be one of the first things you talk about,
about it.
especially if
Right.
you're considering spending time with this person.
Yep.
When I hear her say, I pray that this, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
We
Facts.
might be on the same
Exactly.
page somewhere in here.
But then I have to ask, who are you praying to?
well,
Gotta ask that.
yeah, you definitely right.
Comedian 96, you said something a little earlier.
Yeah.
You said that you wasn't thinking about that until you were around like 40 or so, right? So now I want to ask y'all all a question. I want y'all to think about your first love. Your first love when you were having sex. Not your first puppy love
Oh, boy, I was
when
finna
you
say.
had a crush on your teacher
I was about
or
to
your
say
little
elementary.
elementary. Yeah,
I was gonna say, 'cause I gave away a bunch of nipples on my first.
I want you to think about your first love when sex was involved. How often
Never.
did y'all talk about God?
Never. I was 18. Never.
It's hard to remember that.
I can remember. 'cause
Actually,
that was my first
I
love.
hate to do this shit, but I have to agree with Comedian 96.
Never.
We had never talked about it either.
And you know what? It's hard for me to remember, which means we probably didn't. So yeah, I think at the younger age of 18, teenage stages, you're not really focused on religion. Even though you may have been raised with that background, but when it comes to other things outside of church, you're not really worried about religion or church at that age. Because I can remember me being young, 17, 18. Of course, my oldest daughter was conceived. I was 17 years old. I wasn't thinking about, Christ
Right.
Yeah, no.
or God or,
Exactly.
or even us being equally yoked. I wasn't thinking
I
about
wasn't thinking
that.
about that.
You know what I mean? So yeah, at a younger age, I don't think that even comes to mind until after 40 years old. Comedian 96, like you
Right.
said.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
40s.
Now some of us grow a little faster, some of us mature a little sooner.
Yeah.
But even I think at 25, I wasn't really
Even asking, yeah.
you know what I'm
like
saying? Now, again, we had conversations about, praying about certain stuff.
But it'd be later.
Yeah, but it's not the
Right
main
away, right.
focus. It's not a main focus. You know?
Exactly.
But now at this day and age,
You gotta ask.
if we ain't got nothing in common, if you ain't been to church
yeah.
ever.
So during those times when y'all said that y'all didn't think y'all talked about it or so pretty much you could have very well been in love with an atheist.
Yeah, and not know it.
At that time, yeah.
Right.
That's definitely true.
That's true. Yeah. I know for a fact I long time ago, in my 20s when I wasn't asking, I was actually dating someone that did not believe in God.
How did you find out?
She did little
Seances and shit.
I didn't know no better. I was just going there to get some. That's it. She wasn't my girlfriend. I knew I couldn't stay there. I said, well, I gotta get this one 2 more times. I'm gonna leave this girl alone because she wicked. But yeah, but you're young and dumb.
That's the key word, young man. Because I didn't start talking to my spouse or significant other until later on.
Yeah.
When I got much older and mature.
Yeah.
That's when we spoke on God, we prayed together and things of that nature. But that definitely didn't occur, in my younger years.
Yeah, you got it. You go ahead.
A lot of these women go hate when I say this, but hey, man, them ones that's always burning incense. Hey, man,
Erica Dabuish's
hey,
them.
you better watch out for them.
Those are the ones.
I don't know the significance of the incense.
The beads, the incense, those chicks, you gotta watch them.
Yeah, man. I mean,
What do we watch for? Why y'all feel like we gotta watch those shit?
And the yoga chicks.
I just
because
feel like-
it's a different. It's a difference. I can't explain it.
this is how I feel. about the incense.
Come on, give me some Louisiana.
Hey, man, there's so many other things you can use to make your home smell better.
Exactly.
You don't have to have this little thing in the corner where it's burning and ashes dropping on the floor all day long. And you got to go clean that up. And you got this smoke, now your eyes burning. You must be trying to run me up out of here.
That's not what I was thinking. But okay, I go with that. All right.
But what is behind this? What is your thought?
Because you're burning something. You're burning something.
Burning sage. And,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's use plug-ins. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather
Well, incense a lot cheaper than plug-ins, Slash.
Hey, man.
Maybe they on
they
the
are
budget,
99
bro.
cents, bro, for 20.
And the sage, that's used to burn the evil spirits out, right?
But that's not, from what I'm hearing, that's not really what is. That's not what it's doing.
Now, I walked into
It's like
to
you're
somebody's
bringing-
house
Yeah.
with sage burning. Bro, it ran me out of there.
Yeah,
I'm
I can
coughing and
understand
choking
that
the
shit,
whole
Rick.
time.
I ain't
You
had
know,
it.
the same thing for me with incense because I just feel like, why are you burning ashes?
Yeah. What you
And
got
why
going on?
you got to have something to catch the ashes for the you burning something. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. This is how I think you something is wrong with this situation. I could be wrong, but it's just me.
I don't know. I think it's more behind the incense and the beads and those yoga chicks than more than meets the eye.
It's just
and
like
they're worshiping a different god. That's
it's
how
like
I
some
feel.
right.
That's
some
what I feel.
sort of worship is there when you burn an incense. I think I don't know,
yeah.
but I'd
Hey,
rather you put some Fabuloso on the stove.
There you go. There
You
you
boys stretching with that one, man.
I'm
Especially you
being
talking about the
honest.
yoga chick. Come on, that's just a
No,
form
man,
of meditation.
No, yeah, exactly. But the thing is, if you read up on yoga, it's
You're not supposed to do yoga.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do yoga.
You're not supposed to do
You're
yoga.
not supposed to do it.
Says who?
The word of God.
Yes.
Preach.
You know what I mean? He stated, there's some things that's a form of meditation. Yoga is, but what are you meditating for?
And
You
two.
pray. Say you pray.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's really no different than praying. Praying can be considered a form of yoga.
It's like a different God. I don't
But
know.
who are
I
you
guess
praying
it's
to
like you're
doing
praying
yoga?
to Mother Nature or something. And God is a jealous God. So you're praying to a totally different God when you're doing yoga. That's from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I don't do it. I mean, I've considered it, but I mean,
So what do y'all say to the people who are to the woman who actually burn sage, and the reasoning is to cleanse negative energy or to purify the space that she's in?
The first thing I'm gonna ask her is this: who are you?
Because if you're burning it every day, I can see when you first move in, you bless the house, do it one time, done.
Yeah.
But if you burning it every day, how many spirits you got over there? Who coming to dinner tonight?
What's in your closet?
It was in your closet.
kind of
What you got
skeletons
going on?
You know what I mean? Now, I like a woman that says, she pray before she go to bed. She pray when she wake up in the morning. She pray over. I want you to pray over me in my sleep.
Exactly.
I don't want you burning sage while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Because the shit makes me choke. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to be trying to figure out why are you burning this. I understand that a lot of women like fragrance and like stuff to smell good. And I just think now in this day, there's so many other ways of doing that rather than burning incense and sage and stuff like that. There's natural forms of fragrances, perfume forms of fragrances. It's candles. I'd accept you burning candles
Than that. Yeah, exactly.
rather than, incense.
Not to make it like a Christian either, but I gotta put God first. So, but we were talking about being equally yoked. What about when you're dating someone? This is a good example. Say if the man gambles and the woman is a saver of money and she don't agree with gambling, but she still decides to be with that man, even though this man gamble his ass off.
And she
But
know it.
she's a paper stacker,
Yeah.
and she's on her bit. She's about business, but he's steady taking away. But she knew this man was a gambler going in. What do you say about those?
They not
those
gonna-
type of relationships,
they-
or vice versa? The woman being a gambler, and the man not.
I would say to that, you in it for the wrong reasons. Because if you know this man gamble and you a breadwinner majority of the money that you win is somebody else gonna win it.
Right.
From him.
Right.
You know what I mean? That means y'all not gonna last.
At all.
Y'all not gonna last. And it's gonna be miserable the time that you do.
Because it's like one person is pushing and the other one is...
Yeah, it's a push-pull.
Push-pull, yeah. And so you're not getting anywhere because you can't progress because one person taking the money, doing the wrong thing with it, may win once every year, but lose most of the year. And the other lady, she really, or man or the woman, whoever decides to save the money, they're saving the money, stacking it, and have a plan, a business plan set. But this one, whoever your mate is gambling it all.
See,
and that's another part of being equally yoked.
That goes back to the fact where you're not paying attention to the red flags. Because all of that stuff is there when you meet a person. It's just, are you paying attention? And are you able to see the red flags?
Right.
And if you can't see the red flags, you know, it's going to be too late after 3 or 4 months and you done got involved with this person. But a lot of times we choose not to see that red flag and we put ourselves in miserable positions, you know.
So we all agree that one person believing in God and the other person being an atheist, you're definitely not equally yoked.
No, not at all.
Okay, now, Comedian 96, you gave a good example of one person being good with money and able to save, and the other is a gambler. So let's assume that they both believe in God, but one just likes to gamble and the other is a saver. Or do you consider them being equally yoked?
No. That's what we just said. Because your one is trying to accomplish something, the other one is taking away.
Okay, so if they're not equally yoked, could you see yourself? You know, better yet, this question is better for K Money. K Money,
yes, sir.
You definitely said that when I gave an example of a woman doing everything that you would like for her to do as a wife.
Yeah.
The only thing is that she's an atheist. That's a deal breaker for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, take that same woman doing everything as a wife. She believes in God, but she has an issue with money, like a gambling problem. Or let's say that she is a drug head or an alcoholic, and you're not. That makes you guys unequally yoked.
I agree.
Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah. For me, it is.
I'm not going to say it's necessarily a deal breaker right off the bat. I mean, because if I have love for this person, I'm going to try to work with them. But if I see that there's no help, then, yeah, it can be a deal breaker.
So you're able to, and this is not to put you on the spot, K Money. So you're able to try to work with that individual, but you're unwilling to work with an atheist to help the atheist see that there is a God.
Yeah, because
and God is real. So you're unwilling to work with the atheist to try to convert.
Yeah, because once I find out they're atheists, I'm no longer interested. So
turn off.
Yeah, exactly.
If they are open to learning, they say I'm an atheist, but I'm willing to learn about God, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah.
So
if they just closed-minded.
Check this out. Y'all know that Jesus walked and nobody believed. There's a lot of people that didn't believe.
Right.
But he was willing to try to convince.
Right.
So if it's good enough for him, why wouldn't it be good enough for us?
I just said.
Okay. I mean, I know that's what you said. That's me just speaking.
Right. I'm willing to try and convince, especially if I see that woman's a good woman and she's got all the other qualities that you want to see in a woman. But if she's closed-minded and is not willing to learn about Jesus, and I'm trying, it's nothing you can do when somebody's mind is closed. You have to be with somebody that's willing to learn about God and learn about Jesus. I can keep convincing and keep trying. But if she never wants to listen, there's nothing you really can do.
Okay. Now, I just want to backtrack for a tad bit. Slash. You mentioned sage.
Yeah.
What if the person that's burning sage would say, hey, this is the frankincense and myrrhs of today. They was doing it back then to ward off whatever, or as a token of gifts, and they were using frankincense and myrrh. This is the frankincense and myrrh of today. What do you say to that individual?
Sage.
Yeah. What do you say to that
She
individual?
said that is.
Yeah, like, for instance, the Bible really doesn't mention sage per se.
Right.
But we know that frankincense and myrrh is abstracted from trees, right?
Right.
And so offering burnt offerings and burning things to usher in goodness, for lack of better words. That happens throughout the Bible.
Right.
So what if that person is burning sage, believes in God, just say, hey, this is just, for me to, all the negative energy and cleanse this, and this helps me mentally.
Right.
You still gone?
I don't give a damn what she using or what she say it's for. I don't like sage burning.
What if she was burning runts?
That's different. That's a difference.
To our listeners, could you guys elaborate on what
Runts mean?
is?
Runts is a form of candy. It's a purple candy that you chew. And they're really good. I know y'all have heard of runts.
Yes, I have. I remember the little run.
Yeah, it's candy. It's purple candy.
The purple candy, yeah.
But, I mean, you could burn the runts. But don't burn no sage.
Okay, so we know that this is taking a turn right now, right? So you guys got to be thinking. So sage is being burnt. Is sage being inhaled?
When you pass by and that smoke hit your nose,
It's strong.
hey, your throat is gonna know it.
Okay, now is this runt being inhaled?
No, you don't inhale the runt. The runt. You can inhale the runt. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it's purple, man.
Okay.
It's a lot of people out here that like purple. Purple is Prince's favorite color. You know what I mean? Purple rain, purple runts. Burn that. But don't burn no sage. Sage is, what color is sage? Like a light blue or something?
Something like that.
I don't even know, man.
Man, that strong
It's
smell
strong, though.
from sage. I'm telling you, man, I can't do it. I'm sorry. We just can't be together. Because I can't sit in the same house with sage burning. Man, that stuff had my eyes watering, my throat all, choking. It just did something to me that I was like, nah, I can't be around sage. And it's just, I can't do it, man. If she got sage, now.
I feel that. So, man, in closing, man, let me say this, man. As y'all know, today's title of the show is We're Not Equally Yoked. So, with that being said, man, to our listeners out there, if you find that special someone and y'all are together, I hope your faith, values, and goals are compatible. If not, your yoke could turn into scrambled eggs. This concludes another dope episode. Tune in tomorrow for Think Thursday. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.